we're here at least till 11 p.m. So I don't think
we'll need
to be here.
It's not late. Come on. TSOG to get through their final stages as well. We played till like 3 a.m. at the DreamHack Festival back on the summer one.
That's so true. Yeah, the DreamHack event.
It's a good time. Let's go away for our last player. Actually, joining us Black to actually rejoin up. He was actually the only player as well. He was the one having the issues. He's now in the game, so the players can hit the start button whenever they are ready to go, and hopefully we can actually see for the first time.
Yes.
The match.
Hopefully.
Well, second time the match.
Second time, yeah.
Take two.
Loading into it. Again, real quickly, in terms of, of course, they're going to all pick, so they're going to pick the heroes. While they're doing that, TSOG and ICE, they're actually playing right now. Like you said, all the other teams playing on the floor. They're playing right now. We got Impunity taking on Kung Fu. That's a Singapore team versus the Chinese team. And then, of course, XTU, the Malaysian team, going up against PMS Girls, the Singapore lady team that got invited to this event as well.
Yeah, I think one of their players wants to actually retire if they lose to PMS Asterisk, so we might be losing a man from our scene because I don't think the Asterisk Girls is that much of a pushover.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get ourselves into this game because AP mode does go off, so the heroes will move themselves out into the lanes. Just a quick reminder as well, you can see it up on the main screen up on the stage, but we will not be strat calling for this one, so what both teams know, that's what we talk about as the players can actually hear us.
Yeah, again, and being in a LAN environment like this, it's something that, since they can hear us, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different at pace cast, like I said, so just keep that in mind when we're going through it, and that they can, in fact, hear us. So, again, the laning phase, it's going to be curious to see how both teams, well, really more so the Hellborn side and Online Kingdom, of course, going to be interesting to see how they decide to lane it, but like we said for EG, it's what we're guessing to be, a fairly standard, but again, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
It is also good. Let's have a quick run-through of who's actually playing what as well. We'll actually have Magic playing as our Forsaken Archer for this evening. Overpower will be our Bombardier. Hellbringer will be in the hands of Aki. I know I'm getting his name wrong, but yeah, he can live with it. Semi-Jew will be playing as Magnus for this evening, and Black will be rolling it up as the last player for Chipper.
There we go. As far as EG is concerned, Evil Geniuses, we got EG B-Kid over there playing Behemoth. We got Chu, the one, the only Chu playing Pebbles. We got Valkyrie being played by Sebuska. Fuji Apples on Witch Slayer, and Dodo on Flint Beast. Where we do have action here at the bottom lane. Bombardier in a lot of trouble already. The Flint block not blocking him all the way. Infected is blocking him all the way, and Bombardier is going to go down. Bloodlust kill for EG. Now Magman's in a lot of trouble. Tried to Lava Surge in to save his teammate. Not going to happen. The stun comes out. The auto attack damage, and down goes Semi-Jew as well. 2-0. Legion team starts it off.
Yeah, they definitely do. That was a great engagement as well. Just caught one player out. The Witch Slayer stun just started it all off. Magnus, he was a little bit hopeful to actually surge himself into the end of that one and thought he might actually get away with it. But in the end, he found himself between four heroes. The quad on the bottom, and, it spelt 2-0 and first blood.
Yeah, speaking of Magnus, by the way, you were talking about that earlier as well. His ultimate, very powerful tool for those team fights. They got Hellbringer and Magnus. Great synergy right there. But his Lava Surge is also definitely what makes that hero. Again, you saw he attempted to use it right there, just unfortunately.
We're going again. Forsaken Archers actually managed to find Witch Slayer as well as Behemoth. Running themselves around the trees. Thought they might have actually tried to go for some sort of engagement to get some revenge, but it appears they're just testing the water with their toes.
Yeah, obviously early on, again, with the tri-lane being ran here from the Hellborn team that we can see, going up against this Legion side, they're definitely going to poke in and out. The jungle is definitely something to be worried about. As always, you got to have always vision of that, knowing that someone could come out of there, set up that gank, and so that's obviously what Online Kingdom is doing for right now. Now, talk about lanes. Again, really curious to see how they're going to do it, but how about this? Chu right now currently at the bottom lane on Pebbles, and Flint Beastwood is actually soloing mid for the time being here against Chipper, so it makes you wonder, was Online Kingdom ready for that? I mean, I'm sure they could have been ready for anything, but definitely a little bit out of the norm here in terms of the strategy for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, it's to actually run that solo. Like Chipper himself, he's good against Flint Beastwood. I think Flint Beastwood has a higher base damage to start with, I do believe, too. So last hitting for him is all about it. But with these guys, it's all about the timing as well. This bottom lane is just waiting to go off. Off we go. One Fidget goes off. It's actually managed to lock Bombardier in place. In comes a crippling volley from the Forsaken Archer. Trying to slow them all down here. But Bombardier will die before anything else can actually happen. Witch Slayer trying to get a little bit higher up there in Forsaken Archer. Stun will almost be off cooldown now. Magnus comes through with a surge. Slows him down as well. 1 second left on the stun. Great fissure. There comes the stun from Witch Slayer. It's not enough though. Forsaken Archer still alive. Tried to go for the crippling volley, but it was enough. And there goes another 2 heroes down, making it 4-0 in favour here of VG.
B-Kid, arguably known as one of the best Behemoth players in the world. He is showing why right now here today at this LAN event. His fissure stuns are off the wall. And part of the tri-lane strategy, obviously, he's doing such a great job of not only splitting them up, but blocking the hero that, like we saw on the Bombardier right there. He had nowhere to go. He just had to run in a straight line. He tried to go through the jungle. He just could not go anywhere. though, and just like that, we're already looking at a 4-0 hero kill advantage in favor of EG. Now, I also want to reiterate as well, obviously, since there is a chance of a 3-way tie here with this group stage and round robin, the tiebreaker has been decided that it's going to be average hero kills per minute, you know, kind of promoting more aggressive play in these games. So with that said, EG obviously off to a very fast start here, and, you know, if it so happens that they get involved in a tie, they'll definitely be looking good as a result of that.
Yeah, and they are definitely going to look good for this one. Of course, this is only early game. We're 2 minutes and 54 seconds into this game so far, which is no time whatsoever here in a Hon match. So there's a lot of time to come back. Online Kingdom, they've got to try and rally themselves here. Obviously, you're 4 down. The tri-lane's not working. The tri-lane always struggles anyway, especially because the fact you have to split the XP between 3 different heroes. They're going to have to rely a lot more on their carries. We'll check their CS scores in a moment as well, just to make sure everything's going nice for them. But it will be a lot of timing, and when those carries decide to move out of their lanes, we're going to be ready for that too.
Yeah, again, like you were talking about the tri-lane strategies, that is the one downside, or, you know, there's obviously a couple of other downsides, but the big downside is the whole experience gain, and they definitely have to split it up. With that said, you know, the tri-lane, they like to run it. A lot of teams like to run in the short lane, obviously, because they can do all the creep pulling. You know, they can get the lane pushed back, as well as spreading each other out to spread out that experience. Now, with that said, Online Kingdom, of course, their tri-lane is indeed part of the long lane, so they cannot take advantage of those pulls. They're instead having to worry. And as Bombardier, by the way, getting caught here by Graveyard Stun. Oh, no follow-up though. At least just yet, so he's going to be fine for now. But Bombardier, obviously, a fairly squishy hero, no doubt, and the EG has taken advantage of that so far early on in this game, of course.
I like that. Even just that standard stun had them worried. You instantly just saw the look tried to go out to the side. Where we're getting ganked from the side. Where is that Behemoth? That's why Behemoth is just one of those. He's one of the best support picks you can ever get whenever you're in a tri-lane, because he just lock you in place, and you got those other 2 heroes right there to do the damage, deal it off, and get those kills. But now it's going to be a little bit nicer, a bit of time to breathe here for the Online Kingdom tri-lane, because now they can actually tower hug it off a little bit further, which is a lot nicer. Because we are actually missing a hero from top lane. Hellbringer's having a great old free farm at the moment, because rune control is also something we really haven't seen just yet. We just see Flint Eastwood with the DD rune from the 2-minute spawn, but now obviously you've got to keep your eyes open for when it's going to come.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, we saw right there as well, Valkyrie attempted to launch an arrow into the middle lane, but Chipper just barely dodged it as it hit a creep. So thankfully for him, that would have been a 5-second stun, and more than likely would have been going down as well. So very good dodge right there, and just a missed arrow by Sebuska. Sebuska, again, a very solid player, of course, and Sebuska definitely one of those players I've said in the past I consider very, very good, you know, rising style players, but the term that's used, but meaning he's a very good farming player, and I'm sure he's doing just fine on that Valkyrie up there.
Oh, crippling volley does manage to catch the Behemoth there on the bottom. No more initiation from the other teams. Bard Wishley coming up with the Graveyard Stun. Great Fissure again. It's all going to the back to Forsaken Archer, though. Can't lock anyone in. It is, however, locking Bombardier as well as Magmas out of that one for the fun time. And now the bottom lane getting pushed still. 2 heroes in the lane at the moment. Bombardier as well as Forsaken Archer ready to go. Magmas goes for the stun, but the Hellbringer ulti comes on down. Malphus is on the field. Behemoth locked again in, but they're getting stunned from behind. Bombardier's being caught out of it, but Behemoth was their main target. Down it comes from the skies, but they claim 1 hero kill for that one. And, well, was that really worth it, especially considering they just lost Magic?
Yeah, in the end, you know, it really wasn't. Like you said, it's a 1-for-1 exchange, but Forsaken Archer going down, definitely not what Online Kingdom had in mind, despite that Malphus ultimate right there. Very good attempt, but just not going to follow through. We see Chipper in the meantime taking some action in the middle lane. He falls back, though, going to be fine for now. We see also Forsaken Archer coming there for the assistance after just resurrecting. Dodo, by the way, he is having, of course, honestly, not that great of a creep farm. Obviously, with that 1 hero kill, definitely working off of that in terms of his gold farm, but his creep farm definitely not up there. Magmas, by the way, at the bottom lane, looks like he took some pressure between the double stun of Witchslayer and Pebbles, but not enough. So, again, going back to the whole experience thing that we were talking about earlier with this tri-lane, so Pebbles, as being part of the tri-lane, obviously, they're going to focus on him getting the farm, but with that said, you know, lack of levels on a hero like Pebbles, you like to see him get 8 as soon as possible, 9 more likely, so he gets that ultimate on top of his double, very powerful double combination. But in this case, they're going to work on getting Chu that very early portal key, and we'll see if that is the case.
Yeah, he is just one of those heroes. You're exactly right. You want to see that Chuck. You want to see those Circle Mites really come out nice and fast, because if you can get that burst damage, you can just claim so many more kills. 5-1 is nothing when he hits level 8. It just goes up and up and up, and the more kills he gets, the more items he gets, the more powerful he gets. And yeah, they are having to split it off a little bit. And you can also see Behemoth using a hell of a lot of mana up here on the bottom lane. He is running pretty low at the moment. He does have that Blood Chalice already completed as well. That's just that's awesome for 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very, especially on a hero like that, obviously, that you don't expect to get a lot of farm on, especially being in the tri-lane. But yeah, he's obviously been involved in already 4 assists in this game, including a hero kill himself. And you know, that's the great thing about a Blood Chalice, especially on a hero like Behemoth. His range done very powerful, you know, for being that range, but it also allows him to he can spam it in sense of harassment like we saw there on Magnus, and then use the Blood Chalice, you know, it loses a little bit of life, sure, but he gets that reach.
Looks like we're going to have a bit of a crack here at top, as there goes this first stun, as well as the second came through from Valk with the arrow. The chickens come off as well, or the miniaturization, and Hellbringer goes down there on top, and looks like we actually saw a gank there on EG on the bottom lane with Dodo going down as well.
That's the middle lane right there with Flint Beastwood. Yeah, he actually got taken out by Chipper. Chipper using his ultimate to do so. So yeah, well played on his part, and Online Kingdom at least saw some signs of life right there. But no doubt right now EG has the early momentum on in this game. But again, what it's really going to come down to is that Pebbles. Obviously in a tri-lane, when you have a hero that's going to be, they really want to get that farm out, that's going to be a focus of the game. And right now, Chew on Pebbles is definitely the focus, not only because of that situation, but again, Pebbles is a hero, especially in an early game. If he doesn't start to take off, you know, he just always stays behind and he can never really recover. So kind of like a snowball effect, you want him to take off and just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden just become too powerful. But again, we're going to have to wait and see as in terms of when he can get that portal key and how it's going to happen. 5-second arrow sound on Chipper, by the way. He's in a lot of trouble. The flare coming out from Flint Beastwood. It looks like they were too far away, however. Money shot, will it be enough? Well, the auto attack as well from Valkyrie.
What a leap!
That kill. Going to leap away as well. The sticky bomb on him, though. Is it going to be enough damage itself? The dot also on him from Hellbringer. Malphus is out. I believe, yes, the sticky bomb explosion will pick up that kill. And in fact, a smackdown right there for Bombardier on top of that. So well played, at least from Online Kingdom in terms of reacting. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, it looks like Magix once again gets taken out. So good news turns into bad news for Online Kingdom.
Yeah, it does. Like it was looking good for them, and it was almost actually looking very, very good with Chipper actually throwing it out, and thought he could actually take it from the high ground. But that Valk arrow, it is such a great initiator. But it's very, very hard to get that long range. You get it so long, you get that 5-second stun, but it's a very, very hard thing to actually hit. You really got to have that gaming knowledge and that experience of Hon.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do. And like I was saying earlier, Sabuska definitely a player like that. Really, everyone here, every player here, it's hard to argue that they're not on that level because they are here for a reason, obviously, whether it's be in terms of invitation or in terms of actually winning an event to get here. And in fact, both of these teams actually are part of that whole winning an event to get here. So again, we see a little bit of harassment in the middle lane. Malphus actually pushing up a little bit all the way before he goes down, but eventually taken out, of course. A fissure block down here at the bottom lane from Behemoth, but not hitting anyone. So, but again, just spamming it, that's what you can do when you have a Blood Chalice like that. You can spam that fissure and not be too worried about wasting mana, of course.
Yeah, that is also the thing, because you never want to have Behemoth caught out with low mana. Like, if one fissure and you're like maybe 5 mana short of it, you're going to be kicking yourself all night if that was like the winning kill. If you got that fissure down, you lock me in place and everything could have gone right. But he has all that mana up for him right now. Forsaken Archer coming down. Pebbles goes for the toss. We actually have Magmas come through. Great fissure comes in from the side. Toss goes up there. Magmas being all held in place. But what